All right, standing here with Randy, who's brought his Mini, is it
O2 Cooper S.
O2 Cooper S that's had some modifications made to it.
Warmed over, let's say that.
Been breathed on a little. Get that mic on up near your soup cooler. Cooper S, I had one the same color. Actually, same scheme, pretty much, black roof. I did not have the sunroof in mine. I'm surprised this one has a sunroof in it.
Had I known now how far I would have gone at the performance end, that wouldn't be there. That's 55 pounds and absolutely the worst place.
Take it out and some saran wrap.
You know, I've thought many ways.
So you got this thing. You bought it new.
Correct.
You had one of the first ones out here in Southern California, and you thought, and we've all been down this road. You thought, maybe I'll do a little brake upgrade.
Exactly. Starts, it's a slippery slope.
And you just kept going with the thing.
Correct.
What do you have? I know you have a sequential gearbox in this thing.
It's a sequential shifter system, both paddles and a bump stick. It's kind of neat. It's not like a true sequential in that I still use the clutch, which I like because otherwise it'd just be an automatic.
Right.
So here you still use the clutch, you still get to heel and toe, still get to drive the car, but if you don't want to take your hands off the wheel, you don't have to.
Is it based on a regular manual gearbox?
It's a regular 6-speed gearbox straight from the factory, but what it is, there are two solenoids that push and pull the cables that normally your H-pattern stick would pull.
High-tech computerized stuff?
So it's truly a sequential shifter system, not a sequential box per se. The motor had most of the normal bolt-ons, a port and polish supercharger, the head's been done, cam, lightweight flywheel, different intake. I've also got nitrous and methanol, for fun and games, but
the NOS.
Sure, the NOS.
Yeah, the NOS.
And methanol. Second car we talked about this with, and I don't know how the methanol works. And first off, where do you get the methanol?
There are a couple places in town you can get it. I buy mine at Ormy Brothers.
They sell hoses too, don't they?
They're big on the hoses and things, but it's about $45-50 for a 5-gallon jug. It just mists in, so it's not like you're running 5 gallons straight through. I mean, I've still got the 5 gallons I started with, about 8 months ago. And to give you some real numbers, the methanol, it basically raises the octane level in the car. And a true world scenario is my intake temperature one day was 134 degrees. I say, let's see what the methanol does. I hit a button. I banged 4 gears on the freeway. I look down. My intake temperature was 66. Wow. And it was a 94-degree day out.
So is it sort of a modern day version of water injection?
I would call it exactly the same thing, except we use methanol.
I like this guy, because normally people go, no, it's nothing
totally
like
different.
that. It's nothing like that. And then 10 minutes later, they explain to you how it's exactly the same.
So it uses a water injection pump to...
Essentially, it's water injection, I know, but they go, no. I like that. I like that about you.
A lot of people mix it as well. They do 50-50 water and meth, but
they do?
I use 100% meth.
So the notion is we're going to... we don't want pre-detonation.
Correct.
And when you have a motor that's turbocharged or supercharged, that's the enemy, is pre-detonation.
Heat, yes.
So you shoot the methanol in there and it stops that, and thus you can then run more boost.
You can run more boost. It does a couple different things. With these cars, with the ECU, the brain in there, when it senses the motor getting warm and hot, like on a hot summer day, it retards it. This prevents that from happening, so it'll let you keep the horsepower you started out the day with.
Cooler charge, denser, blah,
much
blah,
nicer,
blah.
yeah. This is something that's nice for the motor, whereas the nitrous, not so nice.
No. So this thing came with a supercharger.
Correct.
Now they've gone to turbocharge.
Yes, 07.
It's weird, when they came out with the supercharger, I thought, it seems like a turbo application. And sure enough, they went to turbo. Right. But this is still super.
This is still supercharged. It's an 02. The original calls the R53. In 07, they went to 06, they went from the supercharger to the turbo, the 07 car, the R56. And it's a Peugeot 207 GTI motor.
Wow.
Complete. It's an aluminum motor, which is the nicest thing, is you lose 200 pounds off the front end of the car. So that is a nice plus. It's aluminum block.
And this thing, you've screwed around with the pulley on it?
Yeah, I've done a pulley. That's the first step everybody makes.
Ganz
pulley
easy stuff.
Lightweight flywheel, Quaife limited slip.
What kind of horsepower do you think we're talking about?
I started out 145 to the wheels. I'm right now around 230 before the methanol, all the nitrous. But still, I call it a momentum car. It's not a big horsepower, not going to win drag races. But once you're rolling, the suspension
pretty
breaks.
healthy for a light, small car. The Mini as it is with the blower, stock. I drove Adams a few times as Donnie's, and it was nice. It was a pleasant driving car. It felt like it pulled hard, and double up the horsepower.
I will. I always give it this compliment. It's the only front-wheel drive car that I've ever loved.
That's quite a compliment.
And this thing is, again, front-wheel drive, but I don't know. It feels right in this car. Maybe it's just the sheer size of it. So you take this thing out, you take it on the street, you take it on the track. Is it an everyday driver for you?
It started off as an everyday driver. It's got 76,000 miles on it, and I mean it's been to San Francisco, Vegas, San Diego. I used to race sailboats, so I used to drive it there for those events. And then I kind of turned it more into more of a weekend car, but it's been to every track within my 100-mile tow package. I don't want to hurt the car and have the insult of paying for the tow home. So Willow Springs, Button Willow,
the fun tracks local here.
All the fun stuff, and then a lot of canyon days. This is the box that contains the solenoids we were talking about for the shifters.
So the shifters,
that's
right?
actually does the shifting. Methanol there, a little nitrous in the middle.
You get a tank for the back of your car for the Jag.
Do you get? Have you been pulled over in this thing?
Several times.
And what's the reaction?
Well, luckily the Nordic blonde, otherwise known as gray hair, it gets me out of a lot of trouble. They figure I know what I'm doing.
Plus
or
the
whatever.
PD likes it. If you're respectful and they like your car, they want to check it out.
Yeah, it's all about attitude, too.
Yeah,
you pull over with attitude, you're going to get a ticket.
Yeah. You could probably pull off, this is my son's crazy car. I don't know what's gotten into him. I don't know if he's on the weed, but I got
Eldorado.
a Cutlass Supreme that has a blown head gasket. He said this would be good to pick up from the dealer. I don't know how to shift this Fakakta thing. I didn't know what. I thought I was looking at the speedo. They put the stupid speedometer where the speedo, where the tach's supposed to be.
Your son seems to have the same name.
He's a junior. I wish I never named him after me.
The funny thing is my dad actually did that back in the day with my 64 Chevelle. He was
Really?
an insurance salesman. Got pulled over by a cop. The guy walks up, sees a little gray-haired guy sitting behind the wheel of this street racer. Just walk back. Said, have a nice day.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're talking about.
Now, how hard is it to get the methanol?
Methanol.
The methanol injection system hooked up to this thing.
It's really very simple. It's basically underneath the tank right here. There's a pump. This is gravity fed into the pump.
Like RV water pump style, like the.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a special one in that it will
See?
not burn up
Yes,
if it runs
and.
dry.
Yes,
Yeah.
and.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
and.
it is an
I
RV
like that.
pump.
Yeah, because I was going to put something together for another car, and I started looking at these kits that were selling. I go, it looks like an RV pump with the special impeller that can sustain chemicals or something.
Can sustain chemicals as well as not burn up if it runs dry. Some of the cheaper systems, if it runs dry, it'll burn the pump up. This is put out by a company called Alki Control. The guy was really big. Yeah,
I could use that.
Yeah, isn't that nice? That's actually on the controller. That's the name of the company.
Alki
Control.
Yeah, Dr. Drew should look into them. Wow.
Then it's one stainless steel braided line up into the intake area, and that's it.
It's got like the mister's like the mister from the plumbing stores now.
Yeah.
It's slick. I go, well, it was like $200-300 for the whole kit. I started looking at putting it together, and I go, yeah, it's just easier if you're going to buy one, just buy one that somebody has the whole thing.
The only downside to this whole story is the lease is up in April, and it's just no way you're going to be able to turn this thing back in. It's going to take a couple of weekends to get this thing back to stock.
I think I voided every warranty in about 9 days. And I had the car, I swear to God.
I just love the fact that you bought a Mini Cooper, you started off with a set of rims, and you just went sick.
That's exactly
and
what
I just love that because it's that what's next? What's next? And you get that mindset where you go,
you get
as soon as I
blinded.
get this cone air filter,
Done.
I am done. I walk away. By
the way,
done.
I started the same thing. My Mustang started off. I go, yeah, I'm just gonna put some headers on it. Next thing you know, it's a road race car, gutted.
It's a slippery race.
I know. But at least you started off with a Mini S. I mean, you could have started off with like a school bus or something. Right now, I'd be doing wheelies down the street.
Yeah, the van wheelie.
All right. Well,
All right, let's
thank
fire
you.
it.
This is we got to fire it up.
we'll
That's
get-
right.
okay,
We'll hold the
beat.
mic.
Sure.
You fire it up. Took
Get
out
the-
the back seat, needless to say.
Don't need it. Kicker bass.
New studs on the wheels.
Yeah, I had to put those. I have 3 sets of wheels and tires.
Sure,
so
yeah.
different
I see.
Plus,
Plus you had to losing 9 ounces of unsprung weight.
Nah, not that much.
Yeah, those things are pushed out too, aren't they?
It's an 8-inch wheel, which does make it seem
Wow.
a lot wider. My Hammond's are 8 inch as well.
Wow, wow.
I did bigger brakes, and it's really a momentum car. I mean, the suspension's been done a lot more work than the motor.
Yeah, this is a new panel here, isn't it?
Yeah, we've kind of messed around with that. Something a little different look.
Yeah, it's nice.